A definite lifespan. At a certain stage of life, living things become capable of reproduction. Later on, in life reproduction stage, their organs become weak, and still later, their life comes to an end. In other words, living things die. We have seen everywhere that there is death of all living things today or someday. There is a definite period of livingness on this land. Either it may be plant or it may be an animal. The lifespans of different animals and plants are different. That's a different thing. That every living thing is to die. But how much period it will remain alive on this land would be changeable. The lifespan of the dog is about 12 to 18 years. We might have seen that the plants which were grown up by our elders are still with us, but the animals or the pet that we had with our grandparents or parents are not. That means that their lifespan is limited, or we can say their lifespan is lesser than that of any big tree. So while the lifespan of ostrich, for example, is given here, that ostrich lives for 50 years, we can say man can live for nearly about 60 to 65 or 70 years old. So every animal or every plant has to die someday, and that period would be changeable. We might have heard that the lifespan of the giant turtle found on the Galapagos Island in South America is about 170 years, while on the other hand the lifespan of the mayfly ranges from 1 hour to 24 hours. Means how it's amazing that an animal can complete his complete life cycle within 24 hours, while some animals are still there, like big turtle here. It can live for more than 170 years, means 4 generations of man would be seen by these Galapagos Islands turtle. So it's very amazing. Now the next topic, we will move to the next topic, cellular structure. You may have seen the small compartments of a honeycomb. Have you ever seen honeycomb? It's a beautifully crafted, it's a beautifully fabricated, we can say. These compartments are joined together to form a honeycomb. A wall has bricks. To construct a wall, we firmly join the bricks together. You might have seen, as shown in the picture, the wall is being constructed by placing bricks one after another, or we can say a very systematically pattern is there. Different kinds of brick patterns can be observed, but still we have seen in our areas. The picture is shown here. A cellular structure is the most peculiar, or we can say the main characteristic of all living things, even though the number of cells may vary. We might have heard that there are some unicellular or some multicellular organisms. What do you mean by multicellular, or what do you mean by unicellular organisms? So that's very easy. Have you heard the word amoeba or paramecium? Yes, of course. In your earlier classes, you might have heard, or even you have seen under microscope, that amoeba or paramecium are there. Living things are made of small units called cells. All the actions and processes in the bodies of living things are brought about with the help of these microscopic cells. It is said that an amoeba carry out all its activities. Whatever we do, say we respire, we circulate our fluids inside of our body, we excrete. So all these things happens in single cell, that is like that of in amoeba or say paramecium. So all activities, all metabolism activities are being done inside of single cell. So such animals with single cells are called as unicellular microorganisms. Some living things are made of single cell, that is one cell, so therefore they are called as unicellular or single celled organisms. On the other hand, we might have the people, the animals, different animals, whatever we can see, even plants are multicellular organisms because they are made up of number of cells, or we can say they are made up of more than one cells, so they are called multicellular organisms. The amoeba and some other microorganisms are unicellular, while that of man, as I earlier told you, cow, mouse, cockroaches, elephants, banyan tree, onion tree, onion plant, etc. All multicellular organisms. All the characteristics of all living things are seen in every cell of living things, whether it is unicellular or multicellular. So you can see number of pictures here, and you can classify those pictures into unicellular organisms and multicellular organisms. So to study all these, there are some institutes which are at work. The institutes that work for survey and conservation of the various plants and animals in different parts of India are the Botanical Survey of India, which is being established in the year 1890, and another there's institute is there, that is Zoological Survey of India, which is being established here in the year 1916. In case you find an unfamiliar plant or animal in your surrounding, that's very interesting, you can communicate with these institutes to obtain more information about it. So if you are too much curious about which kind of animal or which plant is this, so you may post, you may visit the Zoological Survey of India or say Botanical Survey of India's internet site, and then you can post your image or say the picture, whatever you are curious about. You may get all the answers, or it will be possible that you would be inventor of good new thing. So be curious and visit these institutes on your internet. What do you think? All animals and plants that are around us are very useful to us. You might have, when the season comes of rain, we are afraid of some reptiles. When we are in jungle or say in the forest, we are very much afraid of wild animals. Or when we are in need of some water say, then we again get frightened whether to drink this water or not. Means whichever thing is available here around us would be not definitely useful, but sometimes it would prove fatal, or we can say harmful as well. So number of harmful things are around us. Useful things are there, no doubt, and those useful things which have already got knowledge from our ancestors we are using. But new things, say some new fruit is there, we first ask to other people, how does it taste? Is it good for us tummy or stomach? So after that, getting full information, we try to consume that food. So every living thing would prove useful to someone and harmful to the other. So next topic is useful living things. Plants are used for household as well as industrial purpose. Number of plants in our Indian locality which are being used as medicinal plants as well. That plants, the part of plants are in daily uses, those are medicinal plants. For example, methi, that is fenugreek, bhindi, that is okra, apple, banana are plants which are readily and easily available in our surroundings, but those would prove as a medicine as well. So we use these plants including potato, onions, etc. Then some plants are there which are known as avla, hida, beheda, asparagus, even tulsi, holy basils. Tulsi is being planted at every home in Indian locality, and it is considered as goddess because it proves very good to our health. If we are in need, we can have its medicinal use for our body. Animals are also useful to us. Animals like dogs, which we considered as a pet, cats, cows, buffaloes are kept for domestic uses, domestic purposes. Animals are being given shelter. Some animals are being nurtured like fish, sheep, fowl, which are being used as food as well. While some animals like horses, oxen, camels prove for various occupations. So the earthworm is very useful in agriculture. The earthworm is not directly used to the man, but it is very much useful in agriculture purpose. So, or number of things, number of animals, number of living things can be spotted whether those are useful or not. So there are harmful animals as well. You might have seen mosquitoes. We can say it's a number one natural enemy of human being. You might have even read in the newspaper, or you might have heard or seen on the news telecast that number of people die because of malaria and dengue. Means number of cases are because of these mosquitoes. Mice is very notorious for the epidemic called plague in the previous years or in the history. Some animals and plants around us are very harmful to man. Already I told you. Another very small creature, for a small animal, that is flies, that can spread diseases, a number of diseases that could prove fatal. So cockroaches, mice, rats are in fact destroy our food material and ultimately affect the man. Lice that are found among your hair, ticks on the body of other animals also spread number of diseases. The bites of some poisonous lizards, spiders and snakes, very fearful. Scorpions can even cause death. So very infamous, we can say. It's a name that is snakes like cobra. It's very notorious for number of deaths in Indian locality. If wild elephants enter human settlements, they cause a lot of destruction. So that such cases you might have observed or seen in the land of elephant, that is in Assam. Some plants too can be harmful. For example, the dodder, parthenium and other weeds. So while doing agricultural activities, weeds are weeding processes there. So weeds can prove harmful to the other plants. Some plants are there like dodder and parthenium can also prove dangerous to other plants. So parts of the natal colocasia leaves cause itching. You might have seen plants like oleander, that is lantana, have strong odors. The datura plant is poisonous. Uncontrolled growth of fungi and algae in water pollutes drinking water and may cause even number of diseases. So datura, look at the picture. This is the datura plant. It's very poisonous, and you might have seen the colocasia, that is in locality. They eat by food material like besan in it, and they consume it. They cause itching in their throat. To move this itching, to keep away itching, they add some citric acid, or we can say lemon juice in it. So number of animals and plants can prove useful sometimes and sometimes harmful. There are wild animals which can cause issues to us. Wild animals that hunt other animals for food are called predators. For example, tigers, lions, wolves, leopards. Sometimes due to deforestation, it's a man-made. Such animals enter human settlements in search of food and may kill domestic animals or even people. So that's very dangerous. So to keep updated yourself or to get more informed, watch TV channels like that of National Geographic, Discovery, and collect information regarding various plants and animals that is found in your surroundings. So even you can have discussions among your friends regarding to this topic. So before to move, always remember that we have got number of animals and plants around us and that we need, but keep those animals and plants just for up to our needs, not just to provide all our greeds. So we should not pluck leaves, flowers or fruits unnecessarily, because whichever is available around us is either used by us or by some other animals. So unnecessarily you should not disturb this ecosystem. Animals should not be hunted of no use.
They should not be teased just for fun. It is the responsibility and duty, that is moral duty of all of us, to protect plants and animals around us.